Let's see what it is. I'm nervous.
Every time you think the internet has reached peak insanity, well, someone finds a way to make things even crazier.
I'm pregnant. I don't know who the dad is, but I do know these men are hydrated and they're about to give me a golden shower.
Now, over the last few years, a group of OF stars, they've built massive careers through viral controversies. Of course, there's been shocking headlines and moments so outrageous, well, millions of people couldn't believe they were actually happening. Some become famous overnight, others become infamous, and a whole lot of them catch something they can't get rid of. But one thing they all understand was that in the attention economy, well, being talked about is worth a fortune, even if the entire internet thinks you've lost your mind. Here we go. She made as much as $750,000 a month, but then the internet shut her down. In 2025, Bonnie Blue was the most Googled name in adult content. Now, she wasn't just going viral, she was redefining what viral looked like. And to be honest, on closer inspection, it didn't look good, if you catch my drift. She claims she slept with over 1,000 men in just 12 hours. She teased a petting zone where fans could do whatever they wanted inside a glass box and said it with a smile while raking in nearly $9 million a year. But sadly, this type of fame, well, it didn't last for Bonnie. Boo-hoo. If you haven't caught the news yet, well, the girl got banned from OF. She got banned from stadiums, countries, and even mainstream interviews. Now, her fame, it skyrocketed, but then she got erased. So this here today is the story of how Bonnie Blue went from a local girl in Nottingham to becoming the face of what are some calling the most sex extremism the internet has ever seen. And let me tell you, I was not a fan. What is she doing to the children? Just think about it. Chapter 1, Before the Madness. Born in 1999 in Nottinghamshire, England, well, Bonnie Blue's real name is Tia Billinger. Now, she didn't come from money. She wasn't handed fame. In fact, she started out working hospitality jobs, studying dance, and eventually turning to cam work during the COVID lockdowns. Now, in 2023, Bonnie had moved to OF, and that's when everything changed. She realized that shock sells, and nobody was doing it with the ideas she had in her pocket. She'd visit university campuses, she'd post racy content immediately after saying she'd hooked up with freshers, and drop pins on Snapchat like she was promoting a club night. And well, it worked. The kids caught on, and dudes were like, we not only have to pay her per month, but we can go get in on the action. And that was enough to light her on fire, so to say. By the end of 2024, well, she was earning over $750,000 per month. Now, that's nearly $9 million a year from subscriptions and fan requests alone. But this wasn't just sex work. It was a PR machine disguised as chaos. And from what I've heard through the grapevine, well, it was her husband, now ex-husband, who was actually the mastermind running the business in the background. Chapter 2, the viral era. How to break the internet in 2025. Now, in early 2025, well, Bonnie, she announced that she had broken the world record for partners in one day, topping out at a whopping 1,057 men in just 12 hours. Yuck. I mean, if you do the math on that, how long is each guy even there for? Like a minute? Ugh. True or false? Well, the story, it went absolutely everywhere. Then came the most infamous idea of all. You might not have heard of this one. It almost passed my radar, but it was the petting zoo fiasco. We're talking a glass cube set up in London where strangers could get interactive with her content in real time for all to see. Now, it was provocative, it was exploitive, and completely viral. Even though, well, it didn't, fully happen as described, it did trigger a storm of headlines and millions of clicks. We're talking podcasts, tabloids, and daytime TV. Well, they just couldn't get enough of this story. And Bonnie, of course, she played into it all, calling herself the realest content creator alive. Now, she didn't just blur the line between sex and spectacle, she deleted the line altogether. She said, I'll be your furry or whatever the hell the world wants me to be. Sign up, pet me, play with me, and pay me, essentially. Now, there were other crazy things she was doing, going on vacations. My friends hooked up with her out in Miami, and well, true to form, she was pretty much willing to hook up with anyone as long as it came with some clout or some money. All in all, her ex-husband and his his pals, well, they were along for the ride, filming the whole thing and growing the business. Yuck. Chapter 3, the collapse, when clout becomes a curse. Now, the fallout for Bonnie, it was, well, kind of brutal. I mean, when other OF stars, like that girl who made $45 million in a year, well, she's calling out Bonnie, throwing shade, saying, I did it without having to sleep with 1,000 men. Well, when you've pissed off these types of creators, you know you've crossed the line. But it was OnlyFans who stepped in and banned her account permanently, citing policy violations. That move alone, well, it erased Bonnie's estimated $9 million yearly income, and it told her she couldn't come back. That's right, the ban, it didn't stop there. She was also kicked out of Nottingham Forest football match for trying to film explicit content while in the stands. She got visa bans, which were followed in Australia and Fiji. Both countries cited her public stunts and policy violations. I mean, the girl became too hot to handle, even for OF. They once profited off her virality, but they said, I think we're good here. We're gonna go back to where we were before. Ugh, we can't get the taste out of our mouth. Chapter 4, the debate. Empowerment or manipulation? Now, Bonnie Blue said her content was about freedom and feminism. She called herself a sex extremist, someone who rejects all sexual taboos for the sake of honesty, but her critics, well, they weren't buying it. Now, British comedian Catherine Ryan, she slammed the men who lined up to sleep with her as sad and desperate. Pundits, they said that Bonnie, she was targeting an 18 to 19-year-old demographic, which was exploitive, not empowering. I'd agree with that. I mean, where do these kids even get the money to sign up for OF? I guess pool boys went from being the stars of the stuff to the guys paying to watch. I don't know. Now, the mainstream TV was also talking to Bonnie, airing her segment. Well, that caused 188 complaints to Ofcom, the UK's TV regulator. Now, others, they did defend her. They stated she's not the problem. The men who lined up are. She's just exposing how thirsty society is. Now, the debate, well, it's spilt onto the internet. Now, Bonnie, she wasn't just a creator anymore. She became a case study. Also, it's important to note, she also became, well, the leader of a new viral star, because many girls started to copy what she was doing and do it for themselves. Chapter 5. So where on earth is Bonnie Blue now? Well, since the ban, Bonnie, she's disappeared from most major platforms, but she's not gone. I mean, this isn't a before they were gone video. She's still alive and well. She now promotes herself via Telegram and encrypted messaging channels. That's right. She's more banned than Bitcoin. She's rumored to be building a subscription site of her own so she can avoid OF, Patreon, or TikTok guidelines. Now, insiders say she's in talks for a documentary deal and possibly a memoir. Her fan base, well, now it's smaller, but still active. There's some people out there who actually found a young man who looks a whole lot like her. Some are speculating that she had a sex change early on. And you know what? Well, that just makes her niche audience a whole lot nichier or creepier. Yikes. Now, if we've learned anything about Bonnie Blue, well, she's probably planning something even bigger. And once she gets off these platforms that, well, can throttle or deregulate you or kick you off altogether, well, now that she's figured out she could do this all on her own, well, maybe she'll come back bolder than ever. The legacy of Bonnie Blue. Bonnie Blue, she pushed the boundaries on purpose. She gamified controversy and she made millions of dollars doing it. She showed how quickly a creator could be loved, banned, and rebranded. And she did it all in the same year. But underneath the chaos, there was a hard question. If virality is the goal, what are we willing to trade for it? Fame? Privacy? Integrity? Your gender? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Love her or hate her, you still know her name. And maybe that's what she was planning to do all along. Summer Rae was born on September 16th, 1996 and grew up in Larkspur, Colorado with her older sister and 2 younger siblings. Now, she's talked about this in her first Q&A video, so tell me if you understand what she says about her older sister.
I have a brother and 2 sisters. My brother and sister are twins, and I have an older sister, and she's not a twin.
Is it just me? I have no idea what the hell she just said. I creeped her sister Savannah on Instagram, and it appears that she too is a model, a very artsy girl, very cool stuff. The family tree is even more interesting when you hear about her parents.
Who is your daddy? And what does he do?
Her dad is a professional bodybuilder who seems to have been competing his entire life. Her mother, Shannon Rae, is also a fitness model and has her own following online.
Her mom looks so good for 53. Fellas, that's a tip. When you're out dating, like take a look at your girl's mom. Pretty good indication of what you'll be working with down the line. I'm more into the mom than Summer. Anyway.
Looking beautiful.
At some point in time, the Ray family, they relocated to Longtree, Colorado, and she attended nearby Castleview High School. Growing up with the parents she had, Summer took an early interest in fitness, working out with her dad in the family gym located in their basement.
It takes time and it takes commitment. So if you really want it and you want it bad enough, you're gonna do it for you. Don't do it for anyone, don't do it for anything. You have to do it for yourself.
At the age of 14, Summer first started modeling and entered into fitness bikini contests by the age of 16. At 17, she set up an account on Model Mayhem and picked up gigs modeling for a portable bungee training system, as well as multiple other gigs. She was featured in various workout videos for Live Rich Media and started posting to Vine in 2013, innocent stuff like her singing and dancing with her mom while they were in traffic. In 2015, she took home the title of NPC Colorado State Championship Bikini Teen, winning first place.
I used to be a bodybuilder girl, but bikini, so it's not like big and muscly. When I was 16 to I was 18.
So it sounds like everything was working out perfectly for Summer, but actually she had to drop out of high school.
I was only in public high school for almost a year, and then I was homeschooled after that because I was really bullied. And if you guys want to know more about that, I can make a separate video.
Now it looks like Summer will be going into more detail about this on her own YouTube channel. A link is down below, so be sure to subscribe to her channel for that. Summer continued to post videos to Vine and jumped on Instagram in late 2014, early 2015. Her fitness past had given her a banging body, with a lot of focus being placed on her backside. I don't know if that came off as weird. I'm not trying to be creepy here. It just is what it is. I'm just gonna show you a bunch of pictures. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. By 2016, she had clocked in over 5 million Instagram followers. By 2017, she was teaming up with YouTubers Rice Gum and Logan Paul.
Can I use you for clickbait?
She clearly hit it off with the boys, opting to move to Los Angeles in July of 2017. She moved in with Rice Gum and began posting regularly to her own YouTube channel. Her mom was actually there to move her into the LA house. Sadly, her mom did not also move into that home. Actually, editors, delete that. I'm going a little too far, I think, right? Yeah, no more mom jokes. Okay. Really hot mom. Anyway, delete it.
Bryce?
Yeah?
What are you doing today?
Nothing. I'm kind of bored. Do you want to hang out?
Yes!
You want to hang out and do something?
Yes! Let's go, let's go.
As for her relationship status with Rice Gum, your guess is as good as mine. Although I did come across a tweet where she referred to him as her BFF.
Sydney Thomas was born on November 26, 2003 in St. Louis, Missouri. Just recently turning 21, she was quick to make a post with a caption, "I'm legal," and get this guys, her post has already been viewed more than 7 million times on X.
Excuse me, you look like you love me.
She spent her birthday in Las Vegas for the F1 race, and clearly she's trying to stay relevant with the sports. She even said she planned this trip while my face is still out there. So, Sydney's currently a student at the University of Alabama studying management and entrepreneurship with plans to graduate a year early by doing online school.
Thomas, a college student at the University of Alabama, was the breakout star of the brawl.
Like many university students, she lived a normal life, partying and going to school. Sydney has always had an eye for entrepreneurship, and she had the goal to build up her social media. She's been posting throughout the years with brands sending her clothes. A notable partnership is with Fashion Nova, but now we can only imagine how many more brands are going to be reaching out. Social media was always a plan of Sydney's, and she even mentioned, "My end goal was to always build up my social media, my platform, my personal brand, and then start something out of that can last forever and make money in my sleep. I'm going to work on continuing to build what I have in the media platforms and build stronger connections with my fan base. Hopefully I can turn that into something I can make a living off of." So clearly Sydney has a bit of a plan rolling here, but let's continue into why she started making these big decisions in the first place. Sydney has a close circle by her that she truly trusts. Last year on August 30th, her mom passed away, and this could be a reason why she keeps her circle tight. I'm sure her family and her close friends have been a great support to her. She even noted that during this hectic shift in her life that I have a lot of people in my circle that are very trustworthy and that I can lean on them with these things. And she added, it's a lot. A lot of people have come at me saying a lot of things, giving their 2 cents, but I'm blessed to have fallen in with the right people, to be able to trust them and the advice they're giving me, lead me in the right direction, ease my mind, and just know that I'm on the right path. Well, we're definitely happy for Sydney that she has a strong support system that'll guide her during this important time in her life. While posting on social media often, a big push in her followers came from the exposure she got walking her first runway show during Miami Swim Week. And from walking runways, she walked around the ring. So, believe it or not, the Tyson Paul fight wasn't Sydney's first time as a ring girl. She actually posted about it back in October with the Instagram caption "Ring Girl" to her resume. The pic was from a boxing event in Puerto Rico, so she's been building up to this in a sense, and this must have been a leading factor to getting the position at the Mike Tyson vs. Jake Paul fight as well. Of course, we need to talk about what changed Sydney's life and made her go viral. The Mike Tyson vs. Jake Paul fight was a major turning point for Sydney. As one of the 5 ring girls during the fight on Netflix, she made a huge impression and she quickly became a fan favorite to the public. Fans were quick to hop on the hype train for Sydney. One ex-user tweeted, "Not even Neil deGrasse Tyson could explain the phenomenon that is Sydney Thomas. Let's just say that people love this blondie and want to continue seeing her on their feeds." Sydney is full of surprises. She works for the St. Louis Cardinals, part of the team's hype squad, and you can see her posted with her uniform throughout her Instagram. She's also come out to let people know she's quite athletic and a huge advocate for bettering yourself. She said, "I love health, wellness, fitness, and anything that has to do with improving yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. I'm all in for." She continued saying, "I'm very driven with self-improvement and just becoming the best version of yourself." So what's next for Sydney Thomas? Well, her next goal is to become a model for Sports Illustrated swimsuit, and it might be happening. She said, "There have been a lot of conversations around that. I have a few people that have been in contact." Thomas said, "I would love to do it. I think since it's been a goal of mine, a small milestone, I would love to do it. Hopefully that can be a thing. We'll see." And even if it doesn't happen, she's ready to continue using her social media platforms to grow and generate income. Although Sydney's a hot blonde, she'll be the first to let people know she's a boss too. She's come out to say, contrary to popular opinion or popular belief, I'm actually smart. People kind of get the image, pretty blonde, doesn't have a brain, but I got a 33 on my ACT exam in high school and I'm finishing college early, so take it as you want. Sydney doesn't know if another ring girl position is in her future, but she has other plans in mind too. She wanted people to know her longer term goals and how she wants to be remembered. She said, "But more long term, greater goals, I've always been driven to do something that can impact people's lives in a good way, in a positive way, and I think that's the true meaning of success." So while she wants to grow her social media platform and make money, she also wants to do good things and make a difference. She even shaded most influencers, saying, "I think there are so many people that are given platforms and kind of chase the money." And I mean, she's not wrong, but we'll see what happens. With a large platform comes responsibility, and at least we can see Sydney wants to use hers for good reasons, while still living out her 20s like any other young adult. Through her entrepreneurial mind and growth from going viral, we can't help but imagine Sydney has big things coming ahead, and we're all rooting for her.
Ruby Rose was born in Lexington, Kentucky on October 2nd, 1997. Ruby spent most of her childhood in Kentucky, but when she was a teenager, she moved to Switzerland for a year where she was able to learn more about her East African Eritrean heritage. She told Uproxx, "All of my mom's side of the family stayed in Switzerland. A lot of Eritrean and East Africans during the war went there. I'm not in touch with it as I want to be, but it's a very big deal and a part of who I am and my upbringing. Ruby's parents have proved to be a huge inspiration to her, and she's constantly bringing attention to how they've helped guide her throughout her life. She learned how to be a strong woman and super independent, and both parents kept her on track and focused on what matters, like an education, even in the midst of her blowing up on social media and in the world of hip-hop. After coming back stateside, Ruby moved to Atlanta during her junior year of high school. Ruby had always had a secret desire to do something in the entertainment industry. At first, she thought she might be a singer, but she quickly determined that she can't really sing. Then, while living in the hotbed of hip-hop culture in Georgia, she found herself more and more immersed in a rap culture, and after graduating high school in 2015, she landed herself a role in Migos' Bad and Bougie music video, which would serve as her first real taste of the industry.
How did the transition from being in music videos to now being an artist happen?
It was just even doing the music videos, it just randomly happened, and then doing music, I don't know. Was
it something that you knew you always wanted to do as a little girl?
Yeah, it's something that I've always known I've wanted to do, and then like I've always said, I'm just getting older, and I'm realizing now is the time to act on anything I want to do, and I can do anything I want to do, so
for sure.
Just got my ish together finally.
But it took her a little while longer to get in the booth herself. Instead, Ruby began to focus on her education by attending Georgia State and majoring in political science. She originally intended to take a pre-law course, but since Georgia didn't offer that program, she settled on political science to prepare for law school. With her education playing such a major role in her life, Ruby didn't participate in the music industry again until dropping the track On Top with Playboi Carti in 2018. Originally, this was a song that she had recorded back in 2016, but it wasn't released until 2 years later. To be honest, it wasn't the success as she was hoping it would be. She told Uproxx, "That was like the second time ever having headphones and a microphone in front of my face. And people would skip my verse on that song, my own damn song." Thankfully, Ruby's music career has shown a whole lot of progress since then. Some of her subsequent tracks like Hit Yo Dance featuring Yella Breezy and NLE Choppa have been huge hits.
Hit Yo Dance, it had the sample from What Happened to That Boy. Hitmaker, OG Parker, and Romano did it. Beezy's on the hook, NLE Choppa is on the verse. Super hard.
How did that collaboration come about?
So me and Beezy did it with Hitmaker. As soon as I signed to Hitco, we did it one day in the studio. And then my A&R is cool with Choppa's people and got him on the verse. And we actually just shot the video in LA and in Memphis. It is hot.
But her own confidence in terms of her future in the music industry was never on solid ground, because as a social media model, people just automatically assumed she wouldn't be any good at rapping. Thankfully, the release of Big Mouth changed everything. She said, "After I dropped the Big Mouth snippet of me in the studio, it went crazy. Then I dropped the actual song, then I saw the reaction. That's when I knew something was up. Bitches be yelling every word to my music now." Now Ruby feels right at home in the studio, where she always needs to keep 3 things at all times: weed, Simply Lemonade, and good vibes. While she still might be in the early stages of her career as a musician, there's little reason to doubt that Ruby is gonna be a huge success. After all, she had labels calling her and hitting her up non-stop just to sign her. Eventually, she settled on Hitco after deciding that a fresh up and coming label would put more effort into building her career than a label with a ton of other established artists. It's a smart decision on her part, and that really shouldn't come as a surprise at this point, because Ruby Rose is well on her way to being a massive success on multiple fronts. I mean, talk about your triple threat. She's a model, a rapper, and now a college graduate with a political science degree. If one thing has been made clear to you guys throughout the course of this story, I hope it's that Ruby has her priorities set, and it's thanks in large part to her mom. She told Flaunt, "It's a lot, but I schedule my classes on Mondays and Wednesdays only. I work everything around that, and I just stay on it. I have help. My mom's African as hell, so I have to finish." In other words, thanks to her tireless work ethic, the world is now Ruby Rose's oyster, and I'm sure she wouldn't want to have it any other kind of way.
Whatever your
dream is, deadass, do whatever your dream is and keep going till you get it.
So, she said ever since she's been a little girl, it's always been a dream of hers to have a huge chest. She purchased a pair but wishes she went bigger. When she pierced her bits, she said that she's also someone who blocks the pain away. She also got modifications on her body, specifically on her chest pointers, which are heart-shaped. I'm switching up the language on this because I'm trying to not get us flagged, so I apologize if that doesn't make much sense at all. She owns several high-end properties in 3 different states. Tucci loves to drive and has a fleet of ultra-luxury vehicles, including a Bentley, a Rolls-Royce, and a yacht worth $250,000. Born in Orange County, she attended Chino High School before pursuing her graduate degree at the University of Phoenix. Tucci is an American model, actress, social media star, businesswoman, humanitarian, and person of mixed Egyptian, Lebanese, and Cuban ancestry. Shout out to a fellow Egyptian. Tucci is a photographer as well, although she does it purely for fun. Mrs. Cash has also unfortunately faced some hard times. When we looked into her relationship history, it turns out she was married to Chris Cash, who unfortunately passed away in 2021 at the young age of 27. They had 3 Pomeranians together. In his obituary, she wrote, "From your wife, I will forever miss your beautiful smile and the way you treated me. We had so much planned ahead for our amazing future with our 3 fur babies. I will cherish every moment we spent traveling the world and even just the nights on the rooftop at home stargazing. You were always so thoughtful and honored me at every turn. Till we meet again, my king, from your sweet palms, we thank you for being such an amazing dad and giving us a loving home." Beautiful and endearing. Italia Tucci Cash rose to prominence as both a model and a real estate mogul. She has the ability to make you gasp with her stunning appearance, and she possesses an unparalleled charm and unrestrained grace that make her genuinely unique. She's adept at capturing the attention of others with her stunning photos. Her confidence and ability are always boosted by her flawless poses. Italia has the talent for pulling off glamorous and stylish photo assignments as a model. To reach this point, she has made every effort. Because of her dedication and hard work, she has gained popularity on Instagram and other social media sites. It feels surreal to be known across the world and have such a huge fan following. I have always believed in working hard to achieve whatever you are passionate about. I wanted to become a model, and that's where I focus my energies, says Italia. Gradually, people started to notice me, and I started getting more fans and followers on my social profiles. My life completely transformed very quickly as I gained more recognition, she then commented. Italia intends to take part in other artistic endeavors in addition to her current commitments. This is just a small sample of what she has to offer. There are many more things in store for us. This woman will succeed in anything she sets her mind to, no doubt about it. She inspires a lot of her fans as a prosperous social media influencer. Tucci Cash puts the work in. She for real has been at it for a while, so keep an eye on her. I'm sure you'll see more of her soon.